Montague County is one of the most beautiful counties in the state of Texas.
It's rolling, a lot of timber.
Trees and grass, and the Red River runs through it.
The country was just beautiful. I mean, yeah, there's green out here now, but nothing like it was before.
Wildfires are raging across Texas and Oklahoma. In Texas, as many as 10 fires are burning in the north, where winds were reported at around 60 miles per hour.
The house I had was definitely my dream house. I worked on that house for over 23 years. It was gone in basically 30 minutes.
A wildfire can really devastate a community. It can take down utilities, it can take out businesses, it can take out homes, it can really be the death blow to some communities. Communities who take the time to do better preparation will bounce back more quickly after the disaster is over.
Looks like we have a quorum present, so I welcome everybody to the Disaster Recovery Board meeting for this month. I appreciate all of you coming and appreciate all that you continue to do to help the people of the county here. It's been about 14 months since the fire happened.
April 9th at approximately 12:30, one of the worst wildfires ever happened in north central Texas happened in Montague County.
We knew we was gonna have a fire. It was inevitable. The humidity, the wind, the alerts, the forestry service was putting us on. We knew it was gonna happen.
We had heard, well, the fire's moving 30 miles an hour. The fire's moving 40 miles an hour.
It looked like in 30 to 45 minutes that it would be in the town. We made the decision to evacuate Montague.
All I could see was the smoke rolling. And when the smoke started to clear, all there was just a wall of fire coming. All of a sudden it turned and it switched and it come right this way.
We sent firemen around, we sent trucks, everything we had, every available resource we used. We was doing everything we could, and Mother Nature come along. The town of Montague was saved by the wind change.
I thought I was prepared, but I was only 99% prepared instead of 100%. That 1% is, that's a hell of a big percent, that's for sure.
In terms of the devastation that fires leave behind, there's significant loss. We're talking about loss of life, loss of structures such as homes and businesses. And then it gets down to that personal level of loss of pictures or moments in time that are absolutely, there's no way to recreate.
I'm a grown man. I'm not scared of a whole lot, and I drove through the middle of these roads and I cried.
All of these houses right up in there, every one of those burned. Just where the people were that got killed.
They wouldn't evacuate. Tried to get them to leave and they wouldn't leave. I mean, it looks like there's no way it could cross them roads, it couldn't do this or that. Them roads didn't mean nothing that day, nothing.
For communities that are recovering from an event, there's a lot of resources that come in from the state and federal level. And those groups do, an amazing job. But at the end of the day, it's the local community that's responsible for taking care of their neighbors.
The community come together as early as that night of the fire.
You have churches of Montague County that provided clothing. We had people donating furniture.
There are a number of ways for individuals to get involved, and we certainly encourage individuals to volunteer and support their local communities in responding to and recovering from disasters.
I made a statement in closing remarks of at the press conference, and I think it summed it up. At 10 o'clock this morning, we were a community. At 10 o'clock tonight, we were a family.
We realized that the immediate needs in terms of food, clothing, shelter had been met, but most of these, the victims that we encountered, and there were some 30-something families that were involved, had lost their homes. We began to try to figure out how to raise the money to get these people into housing as soon as we could and as broadly effectively as we could. Months after the fire,
I think there are a number of processes that a community can go through to recover, and really it depends on the community, whether it's a board or whether it's through an elected official or perhaps it's a volunteer organization. What we found is when those teams and work groups come together, regardless of the organizational structure, they're going to be more effective, they're going to get a better solution, and they're going to recover quickly.
I think the Disaster Recovery Board has been very effective for this community, and not necessary that every community have such a board, but there needs to be some ability of the counties to respond and help their friends and neighbors during a time of a disaster.
The Recovery Board's been doing fantastic work. They gave me a roof over my head. I can't ask for much more than that.
Gary Armbruster lost everything he had in this fire. He had his house. He even had a safe in the basement with a lot of his personal belongings that burned up.
I lost all my important documents in the fire. And it'll take me forever to replace them all, if I ever get them all replaced. You don't realize having all that stuff that it's easy going, but when you lose it all, it's a real pain in the butt to try to get it all replaced and move on.
Individuals need to be patient with the recovery process. They need to understand that recovery takes time. But the good news is people are resilient. We have natural resiliency built inside us.
It ain't going all right. I've come a long ways, and just keep working. Got to keep your head up. Don't give up. Don't look back.
Things are going to occur, and you can't predict the future. But what you can predict is how you respond during an event. That response, involves being prepared, having your go kits ready, having family informed of what your emergency plan is, so you can be empowered to respond to an event and take control of the event rather than having the event control you.
Montague County is more prepared now than they were.
We're keeping their grasses mowed, keeping trash, junk, trees away from their house, trimmed up, building fire breaks, plow around your perimeter of your property, It wouldn't stop a fire like this one, but it would stop maybe a fire that just started on that county road before it got to be a big one.
I would hope that people would have all their important documents, whether it be their pictures, their birth certificates, Social Security things, in one place where if they had to get out quickly, they could take it and run.
The lessons that we learned with this wildfire can be applied to hurricanes, tornadoes, any kind of natural disaster. It's evacuation of people, saving lives.
The story of Montague County is a reminder of how a sudden disaster can destroy a community. Whether it's a wildfire, flood, tornado, or man-made disaster, we must be ready to respond and recover from a major catastrophe. That's why it's so important for individuals and communities to have a plan, to have essential items needed to live through a disaster, and to know where to get credible information during the crisis. Make a plan at texasprepares.org. You can also contact emergency management organizations to find out more about the plans available in your area. A prepared community is a strong community.